In a world deluged by data, clarity is power. And managing data as a product is the new paradigm. By the end of today's session, you will know what the key ingredients are for managing data as a product. A warm welcome and thank you for joining our 5th episode of our series Inside SAP. As today's expert, I am honored to be joined by Pinar Doelen, Chief Analytics Officer and Head of Corporate Process and IT for Corporate Functions. As SAP's Chief Analytics Officer, Pinar is leading the evolution of analytics at SAP to become a truly data-driven company. As head of enterprise analytics, she ensures decisions on every level are based on trusted data, and derived insights result in confident and intelligent actions. Now, before handing over to Pinar, let me quickly provide an overview of the entire series. Bear with me a second so that I can share my presentation. And here we go. So we have had 4 sessions already based on strategy and innovation, 2 sessions on BTP, and today's session is the first of 2 on data and analytics. Then we will have 2 sessions, of course, on the very important topic AI, followed by all the important LOBs, HR, and finance. In case you have not had the chance to register for the entire series, please feel free to scan the QR code to get the entire overview and be invited every time to these sessions. And with this, Pinar, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, Tania. Let me share my screen and in the meantime, start with my session and introduction. In SAP, our own IT function is oftentimes the customer number 0 when it comes to bringing new innovation that we develop internally in SAP to life at enterprise level. And we take pride in this being this customer number 0 because we have the opportunity to test innovation at very early stages. We take pride in sharing those learnings with our customers when it comes to implementing those innovation in enterprise level. And we also take back those learnings back to our product engineering unit and work with them to enhance the products. And this is one of those sessions that we take the opportunity to share our experiences with our customers and actually all of our SAP network. So today I'm going to talk about data products and I'm going to explain how data products are empowering the AI transformation. AI is everywhere, it's in the hype, everybody is interested, every technology professional is looking for ways to leverage AI in their own landscape for their company. And it is very important to also step back for a second and look what type of foundational capabilities, technologies, architectural patterns needs to be put in place so that organizations can benefit from AI. So today's session is not about, let's say, how AI works and how AI is working in analytics context, but rather how technology and data professionals should modernize their data architecture so that they can future-proof their architecture for AI capabilities. But before we go into that detail, of course, it's always important to start with strategy and take it from there. In SAP, our vision is to empower everybody with data-driven decision-making. In today's world, data skills, data capabilities cannot be confined to only IT professionals, but it needs to be made available for everybody. And internally in SAP's IT function, of course, we share that vision and mission for our own SAP employees. It's very important to also recognize that today's and very soon future this decision-making is going to be powered by AI. We do this to innovate our product portfolio, accelerate insights to action, and of course, along the way, delight our customers. back to the original objective of the strategy. We want objective of this session. We want to bring data-driven decision making. We want to empower our journey with AI. But how do we make sure that our architecture is future-proof and capabilities that we build today are going to be scalable as AI capabilities evolve as well? So first, I would like to start a bit how the architectural patterns, especially on data, has evolved in time. Like many companies, historically, we would, as an IT function, as a data analytics function, we would focus on outcomes and how analytics would be consumed. It could be AI capabilities, it could be analytical capabilities, it could be any other application using data. And in order to drive those capabilities, we will build data capabilities, data artifacts, and those data artifacts would actually be the byproduct of, or kind of a afterthought when it comes to data analytical capabilities. And this limits data's scalability and data capability scalability, especially in the AI world, because when it comes to AI, the type of capabilities, the type of applications that any organization can build is limitless. Oftentimes, AI opens new capabilities, new possibilities on how to answer business questions and how to answer analytical needs. And in order to drive that, let's say, uncertain but also dynamic environment, your data architecture as an organization needs to be more scalable and more reusable and more interoperable. In order to drive that interoperability, reusability, we introduced the concept called managing data as a product. For us, at this stage, we are not focused only on AI capabilities, analytical capabilities, and applications, but actually we are focused on managing data as a product so that this data product concept can be made available at scale for all types of use cases, whether they are AI use cases, analytical use cases, or application use cases. It is also a recognition that actually AI analytics and applications are in the future not going to be separate use cases. Most likely, we will start to see all those type of use cases converging at one place with agents, with digital agent capabilities. The one that SAP has is Joule, for example. And in future, hopefully, you will see in sessions that Joule capabilities are starting to bring those focus areas of the past or use cases of the past under one umbrella. But again, when this convergence is happening, how your data architecture becomes scalable and available for future use cases. So this is where data product concept comes. And we define data product concept as follows. For us, a data product is managed artifact that satisfies recurring information needs and bundles everything needed to make it interdependently usable in terms of data, semantics, access, and by authorized users. In this setup, we believe data products are in itself available and in itself reusable, and designing data products in this definition in itself is a transformational journey for many organizations, including us. I'm assuming many of you in the call today as well. So that's why my objective is to, in the next couple of minutes, explain our journey from the traditional data and analytics oriented implementations and architectural patterns to how to future-proof data products for those scalability, and how to get organized both culturally, organizationally, architecturally towards those data products. Data products is the new hype. You will keep hearing me in this call talking about data products, but it's not only about a concept. I'm going to go deeper explaining what is a data product. The first thing that I actually would like to explain around this topic is the whole mindset shift that we need to drive, because managing data as a product means that all of our IT function, business analysts, data engineers, we have a lot of product owners, all of those key experts in our organization has to move from focusing on dashboards or AI models into data products. And that mindset requires them to think about data not in the context of that specific use case that they have, but how to make the data product available ready for many different use cases and many different questions. So that's why we typically have started to reorganize ourselves and rethink our design activities for future use cases as well. And of course, again, back to that point, AI, analytics, dashboards, other applications, we need to be building the data product available for all of those consumption channels. We need to train people not to think that particular use case that they have today, but think broadly. The second big thing that we need to think about is explorability, findability of data itself. So here we have launched a mega initiative to formulate and build our data catalog, where we manage the life cycle of the data as a product, and we manage the life cycle through the data catalog. It is the one-stop shop for us to explore data, and it is the one-stop shop to manage everything about the governance of the data itself. So let me zoom into that data catalog. Actually, this is SAP's internal data catalog. On the left-hand side, you see the workflows like the initiation of a data product, publishing of a data product, shopping for a data product, maybe because you are searching for a data product. On the right-hand side, you are seeing types of communities or connections, so that you not only think about the data itself, but the domains and communities that you need to connect. And in between, you find everything in terms of wiki, in terms of exploring the available data products and SharePoint to kind of equip you everything. So it's one-stop shop, this catalog that allows you to explore everything about data itself. And this is a big transparency enabler for us to be able to kind of make data products available for everybody in the company. The third topic that I would like to then start talking about is actually the semantics, because the whole experience of managing data as a product can only be truly realistically implemented with building a semantic layer that is understandable, and with the lineage, users can monitor where the data is coming from, where what type of a transformation it has gone through, so that they can first understand the semantics of the data, and based on that understanding, they can trust the data. For us, SAP's semantic layer product, SAP Datasphere, has been the core solution to build that semantic layer. We also use SAP's own data marketplace within the Datasphere product as the place to physically access data, to request access, authorization, and ability to consume it. And finally, we have the data builder capabilities so that we can offer modeling capabilities to both IT professionals, but also citizen users across the company as well. If we deep dive into this experience, on the left-hand side, you see a true actual screenshot of our data marketplace, where any user would go from their catalog to this marketplace and shop for the data, or request authorization for data, or request exploration of that data. And on the right-hand side, you see the modeler capabilities with a very simple lineage here, but actually any user that has access to this data can also see the whole lineage, the whole transformation journey of that data product. This is a major enabler from a transparency point of view, so that users can understand this whole journey that data has gone through, and as a result, they can confidently use in the use case that they are utilizing. The third topic that I would like to articulate in this story is actually the consumption layer. And we call this the magic, or where everything happens, because eventually all these data products that we build, we need to offer it through different consumption layers so that people who are building the data product can make them accessible for others, and citizen users, analysts, or any average user can consume this data product. For us, consumption is not only one way of consuming the data. It can be a dashboard, it can be an AI use case. Back to our point, it can be another application. But it is very important that we standardize what we call those output ports so that any consumption tool that wants to consume this data product, they use data product with that standard output port. We build data products consumption ready. It doesn't make sense that there is a data product, but then there is extra transformation that needs to happen so that one can consume it. And of course, when we are building those data products, privacy and security is built in. Authorizations, data privacy rules, and legal requirements are all built into the data product so that we build it once, we embed those rules into the definition of the data product, and from that moment, the consumption is happening already by design, by the privacy, by the security, by the authorization. It is very easy to articulate those 4 major capabilities that makes a data product journey possible: mindset or cultural transformation, building this comprehensive data catalog so that exploring the data, finding the data is easy, building the semantics layer so that data's transformation and journey is transparent and understandable by the users, and again, consumption layer, which is the final place where data products are interoperable with all of your consumption layers. And actually, I would like to zoom into this consumption layer in 1 more second. Here you see a screenshot from our flagship analytics product called SAP Analytics Cloud. And actually, you see a feature we call Just Ask in the SAP Analytics Cloud product. And as you see, this is not your traditional dashboard. This is where you can do your traditional dashboard, you can do your filters, you can see your visualization of your data that's already existing. But also here, you can ask questions to your data and you can directly have a dialogue with your data. I am sharing this screen not to do a demo of that consumption layer, but I'm sharing this screenshot as a way to inspire you how AI capabilities are evolving and how data architecture that you are building is going to be used in the future. Just Ask is at the very early stages as a product. By the way, there will be a session, follow-up session in this channel that we will share deep dive on that product. So stay tuned and you can follow the sessions as Tania introduced at the beginning of the session. But it's very important to recognize that with the AI transformation, with technology evolving super fast, the data architecture needs to be ready for this journey so that we can offer this simplistic view for our users to explore data and amplify their data abilities to drive data-driven decision-making. So this is why we believe the data product journey is not only an architectural pattern, but it's a foundational capability to empower AI. Last but not least, I would like to take a few moments about lessons learned of this journey, because it is easy for me to come here and present all of my peers, all of my connections, all of the subscribers of this channel that these are the good patterns, these are the best practices, and this is how you build a data architecture. But actually, like many of you in the call today, we in SAP's own IT function come from a data architecture that has been built since last 15 years. We also have technical debt. We also have multiple data solutions right now that is relatively heterogeneous. And we have the same challenges of moving those technologies into the modern cloud architecture. So that's why I would like to share the next few moments to explain how we are managing this dilemma of modernization of our data architecture for that ideal state. We believe there are three main drivers for us to be able to drive that journey. First of all, we strongly believe that your data architecture modernization cannot happen simply by building a modernization roadmap. Like every chief analytics officer, I have the same challenges of delivering value on day one and not being able to run a 5-10 years of a technology modernization project. With this point in mind, we deliberately attached our data architecture modernization to the AI roadmap. So we are not doing a mega big bang modernization of our project, but we rather go step by step and use every different AI use case, every different AI project as a kind of a initiator of the new data products that we need to produce, sometimes greenfield, sometimes brownfield. We have to capitalize on our existing investments because we come from also a very big data architecture and many investments done many years ago. And again, we don't have the luxury of just throwing everything out and restarting everything from scratch. So that's why we are building a roadmap that allows our past investments and existing technologies to also become an enabler for this journey. And then finally, all these choices of attaching AI, capitalization of our investments lead to a business value driven roadmap, not a technology driven roadmap. So actually our roadmap, I'm not going to go into that level of detail in this call, looks like these are the new initiatives, new business transformation projects that we have of us. These are the analytical capabilities that are needed behind them. And these are the data products that we need to build to make them available. In order to bring this to life, I would like to show an architectural pattern, with an effort, with a hope that will inspire some of you in the YouTube channel today. On the left-hand side, you see the three big strategic choices that we have done to establish our modernization roadmap. On the right-hand side, you see our own SAP's data technology architecture. And here, what is interesting is our on-premise technologies data stack as BV for HANA is now becoming a source for our modern data architecture that you see on the upper hand of our architecture slide. In this scenario, we don't redo entire data warehousing solution from scratch, but we rather put it as a data source like all the other data sources that we have. And then we gradually move from on-premise old technology to the cloud technology step by step, driven by AI use cases, driven by new business value drivers. Hopefully, this was an inspiration session to give you a brief understanding about what is a data product, what are the key ingredients that makes a data product architecture possible, and maybe how to get inspired by leveraging your own existing technology investments towards that modernization journey. This is where I stop here and maybe give the floor to audience to ask a few questions to deep dive.
Thank you so much, Pinar. This was really an insightful session. Yes, currently we have two questions. I would like to start with, how do you ensure that people will not just build and offer data products to others that provide the wrong data?
Yeah, so this is a question about organizational transformation. It is when we are building these data products, as I described at the early stages of the slide, we built this what I call transparency and openness with data catalog, with marketplace, and with semantic layer and lineage of the data. Now, it is very important to give all this transparency to the user so that they are having access to everything, every information about the data itself. Now, this is one piece of the equation and one piece of the answer to that question. But the other piece of the question answer that I didn't touch a lot in this presentation is the whole data literacy and upskilling initiatives that needs to be organized to equip everybody with the tools, with the technology knowledge, with the data understanding so that they can confidently use data. And all these tools and offerings are in a way available for them. So this my answer will be in twofold. Part of it is technology and the architecture that I presented itself and making it transparent for the users. But part of it is the whole empowerment, enablement, data literacy initiatives to equip people with the right skills, right information, and ways of working.
Thank you so much. The next question is, how do you ensure that people will create the same product twice or build something new through, although a final report that would solve the question is already available?
That's a that's a topic that is close to my heart, because the whole magic behind this presentation and the architecture that I shared is about making data products reusable and interoperable. So anybody who wants to access an information, who wants to analyze a certain topic, they go through the same data product and they analyze that question from the same one source of truth. Now, and the biggest enemy of that one source of truth, one source of data product concept, is people going somewhere, looking at a data product. Maybe they don't understand what is there, or they don't trust what is there, and then they build a new one. They publish it, and then we end up a proliferation of a data environment where nobody understands eventually what is what. In order to avoid that, again, the classical rules of strong governance and transparency comes into play. We use our catalog to create that transparency, and our teams, our analytics data teams, have a very strong governance practices to monitor this data generation ecosystem, ensuring that we don't proliferate data products, ensuring that data quality of every data product is as promised, and providing that information to the whole user base.
Thank you so much. The next question, you talked about Datasphere and SAP Analytics Cloud. What would you tell someone who says that they don't have the skills to work with data or data products and the tools you mentioned? What would you advise to them?
So there are two answers to that one. First of all, the tools that I shared, the architecture that I presented is heavily relying on like sophisticated technologies, right? Let's realize that one. There are two folds to that one. I think in every company, any user needs to be able to access the data in the way that they feel the most comfortable. For some users where they don't have the interest or time to learn data skills, they will always stay at a very narrow kind of spectrum of being able to only use dashboards, being able to use only certain tools and get the answers to only certain questions. If that's enough to do your job, I think that's okay. But if you want to be a more data-driven person, and if you don't want to just limit yourself with availability of what is offered to you, but rather be able to analyze, deep dive, and truly explore data, actually you need to learn some of those technologies that will empower you to be more equipped, to be more autonomous in your own analysis. So my other advice would be increasing the data literacy and offering those people that they need to start investing their data skills. Now, some of those tools that I'm sharing today are becoming more and more simpler to use, are becoming more and more easier to leverage, again, thanks to AI. So while I am recommending our kind of guests and the people who are asking this question to invest in those skills, I can also say very fast the skills that are needed to be able to use these tools are actually becoming more and more easier, more and more faster to acquire. So definitely invest in upskilling, definitely start learning, and definitely start leveraging the modern technologies that are embedding AI into their landscape.
Great, thank you, Pinar. Another question. As applications are evolving to the cloud and are disparate, will SAP publish updated data dictionaries for products such as SuccessFactors, Ariba? And how are they linked to S4HANA?
Super beautiful question, because this is in sync with SAP's updated product strategy, actually. It is true that we are not only a technology provider for data analytics solutions, like Datasphere being one of them that I presented here today. As SAP, actually, we are a technology company who also provides process applications, solutions that are directly producing this data, whether it's SuccessFactors, whether it's Ariba, whether it's S4. And actually, we are right now on a journey to productize data that is coming from those applications so that we can make those data products more available to our customers. So stay tuned, actually. There is a big strategic announcement coming on your way for October, if I'm not mistaken. And definitely we are, as SAP, going into this direction to make data that is available in our business application available as a data product for our customers so that they can have a head start in building their data product journey.
Cool. That is definitely something to look forward to. That was currently the last question. So I would like to take the opportunity to thank you so much, Pinar, for your time and this excellent presentation. And I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. Same time, same place. Well, actually, I think it's 1 hour earlier, but still same time, same date. And of course, last but not least, big thank you to our attendees for joining. I hope I will see you in 2 weeks again. If you have any questions that pop up after this presentation, feel free to write them in the comments area underneath the this video today, and we will definitely look at them.
Thank you very much
Have
as
a
well
great,
for inviting me, Tania.
absolutely my pleasure. And with this, have a great day, have a great evening, depending on where you are. Take care. Bye-bye.